Break with Israel. Before 1979, Iran was a close ally of both the U.S. and Israel. Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi modernized the country, bought weapons from the West, and maintained strong relations with Israel. But after mass protests, power shifted to religious leadership. Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, a cleric and ideologue, declared the country an Islamic republic. Khomeini adopted a harsh anti-Israel and anti-American stance, describing both as symbols of imperialist oppression in the region, a message that shaped Iran's foreign policy for decades. Since then, Iran has refused to recognize Israel's existence and supports anti-Israel groups across the region, Lebanon and Hezbollah. Israel invaded Lebanon to drive out Palestinian fighters, mainly the Palestine Liberation Organization (PLO), a coalition of groups representing the Palestinian cause. In response, Iran sent in the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps (IRGC), an elite Iranian military force reporting directly to the supreme leader. With their help, Hezbollah, a Shia militia, was founded. It quickly became a powerful military, political, and social force. Today, Hezbollah controls southern Lebanon and has tens of thousands of rockets. Iran and Hamas. To the south, in the Gaza Strip, a densely populated Palestinian territory, Hamas, a Sunni Islamist group, gained power and took over in 2007. Despite theological differences, Iran began funding and arming Hamas. Weapons were smuggled through Sudan, Egypt, and underground tunnels. By 2008, Israeli sources claim Iranian-made Fajr 3 and Fajr 5 rockets appeared in Gaza. Iran aimed to create a second pressure point on Israel from the south. Hezbollah, Israel. In July 2006, Hezbollah kidnapped 2 Israeli soldiers. Israel launched a massive military operation. Over 34 days, Hezbollah fired more than 4,000 rockets into Israel. Israel bombed Lebanese infrastructure but couldn't eliminate the group. The war marked Iran's growing influence through its proxy forces. Stuxnet Cyberattack. At Iran's Natanz nuclear facility, over 1,000 uranium enrichment centrifuges malfunctioned. Centrifuges are machines that separate the isotope U-235 from natural uranium, essential for nuclear fuel and weapons. The cause of the crash was a computer virus called Stuxnet, allegedly developed by Mossad, Israel's foreign intelligence agency, and the NSA, U.S. National Security Agency. It was the world's first cyberattack that caused physical damage to critical infrastructure. Syria as a battleground. With the Syrian civil war underway, Iran backed the regime of Bashar al-Assad, president since 2000 and son of former leader Hafez al-Assad. Iran built arms routes through Syria to supply Hezbollah in Lebanon. Israel launched hundreds of airstrikes on Iranian assets and weapons convoys. In 2020, Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, head of Iran's nuclear program, was assassinated, allegedly by Mossad. Hamas Rocket War. In May 2021, a new 11-day conflict erupted between Israel and Hamas. Hamas fired over 4,000 rockets, including the long-range Ayash 250, possibly developed with Iranian support. Israel's Iron Dome defense system intercepted about 90% of the threats. Still, rockets reached central cities like Tel Aviv and caused significant disruption. Drones and uranium. Iran ramped up production of Shahed 136 kamikaze drones, cheap and deadly. They were used in Ukraine, Syria, Yemen, and reportedly Gaza. Iran's uranium enrichment reached 60% purity, near weapons grade. Israel declared this a red line, warning it would not allow Iran to develop a nuclear weapon. Iran's direct strike. In April 2024, Israel struck an Iranian consulate in Damascus, killing IRGC officers. For the first time, Iran launched a direct attack on Israel from its own territory, over 300 drones and missiles. With help from the US, UK, Jordan, and others, Israel intercepted 99% of the barrage using systems like Iron Dome, Arrow, and David's Sling. This marked the first open exchange between the two nations. Israel retaliated by bombing IRGC sites in Syria, drone and missile factories in Isfahan and Damgan, weapons depots and power infrastructure via cyberattacks. As of July 2025, the conflict is active on 4 fronts: Gaza Strip, Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad, southern Lebanon, Hezbollah rocket fire, Syria, Iranian military infrastructure, Iraq. Iran-linked Shia militias. This isn't one war. It's a decades-long strategic, ideological, and technological confrontation. It involves religion, nuclear ambitions, proxy forces, drones, cyber warfare, and secret operations.